Greg, how about this matchup we have here tonight? Two teams that really like to shoot the three.
It's going to be a shootout, Kevin. Something we see more and more of in today's NBA. I think whichever team makes more threes wins this one.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. Podziemski out there with Heel. And it's MP in at the small forward position.
Oh, man, MP to be young again.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one. Sinks the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Wasted no time on that one. MP's got 5 now.
Coming right back, MP with a huge three.
George dishes to Embiid. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Clock at 6. Right side Maxey. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And with a bigger responsibility, Tim, the efficiency numbers for Tyrese Maxey taking a bit of a dip.
Well, they certainly have, but they've gone from great to just good enough. But I think, Kevin, as he gets more help, more guys come back from injury, those numbers will recover.
They sure will.
Well, he's got great length for a wing. At 6'8", he can just get to the rim whenever he wants.
Good on the triple. MP's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Warriors.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Pass to McCain. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid.
And one way to cancel that out, hit a 3 of your own. McCain understood the moment. That's great competitiveness.
From outside the arc, and again for 3.
Nails it and is now even for the record.
Hard to believe, isn't it? His next shot from range will move him into the top spot all time for 3s in a season.
And he didn't come all this way just to tie the record. I can promise you that 403 is the goal.
Pass to McCain. Overhealed. McCain's shot is off.
He typically dominates that area of the floor.
Good, another from 3.
And who thought it could be done? That 3 moving him into history.
You could feel it as soon as it left his hand. He is the king of the 3 and now stands alone at the top of the list.
And I didn't think anyone would touch Curry's record for 3s, but here we are. MP has done the unthinkable. What an incredible season.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Edwards, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. Quentin Grimes comes in for George. And it's Edgecombe in for Maxey. 1:57 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Edgecombe. He's defended by Podziemski. 5 on the clock. Back to Embiid. Over Green. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Edgecombe.
And you look at Edgecombe, he had really good assist numbers in college, and there you could see it translate at this level.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Guys, one of the more lengthy free agency sagas revolved around Jonathan Kuminga, and many thought his time was up in Golden State. He saw fewer and fewer minutes down the stretch of last season and into their playoff run. But when Kuminga tested free agency, tested potential sign and trade deals, nobody seemed to be the exact right fit. So eventually, he took the Warriors' offer. Guys, we'll see just how long this lasts, but for now, he'll continue to be in that Golden State uniform.
We'll continue to track that story. Okay, Shams, thanks for the report. Here's Embiid, following the basket by MP. And here's Embiid. 23 points his last outing. There's the triple. Edgecombe, no good. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 19-7 run. And there's the bucket from MP.
and they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's McCain. Last game we saw him score 13. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
And within the bigger picture of the game, you have these individual matchups.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Warriors lead by 14. The second quarter. And we're back. Last quarter, the record for most three-pointers in a single season was... We'll go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Kelly Oubre comes in for Edwards. Paul George is checked in for Quentin Grimes. And Jared McCain subbed in for Edgecombe. Here's MP, coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. MP's got 29 in the game.
They continue to feed the hot hand, and this kid is putting in work.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. Butler is the 4, and Green operates as the small ball center. Hield is out there with Pajemski. And it's MP in at the 3 slot.
The floor for your Sixer, number 5, Quentin Grimes.
And here's MP for 3. And it's Grimes with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 18. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the Sixers are trying to pull it all together. Joel Embiid said, "We still can compete for a championship, but this is going to take time. We have a lot of talent, but we still have to go out and actually do it. It's just hard. We've got a pretty good chance to accomplish something." Back to you.
It's all about health. All right, Allie, we thank you very much.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Holding nothing back there. George gives the dunk his all.
And the dunk by MP.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
76ers have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter.
Fourth team foul.
Hield on the double team. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That'll be a jump ball.
George against Butler. George passes to Embiid. Over Green. Embiid absorbs the contact on the finish.
The shooters shoot, and he didn't quit. Much better performance this quarter.
MP, that's for 2. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Butler's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
Here's Grimes, and good that time. Grimes has got his second bucket tonight.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Count it.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
All right, that's 2 fouls, not a big deal, but you don't want to pick up that third before the half.
Philadelphia shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And that one falls for McCain.
Yeah, McCain's going to do some really good things in this league. He's got a lot of skill, can really score, but then he's also got a tremendous work ethic.
And the shot goes down. MP's got 37.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
And so it's MP making things happen for the Golden State Warriors. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back to the action in just a minute.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far as it's been adopted.
We knew they wanted to track me, and man, they got it. What a pace they've set.
Very hard to beat them at their own game. And changing it up. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
I wouldn't want to have to be out there trying to keep up with them. It's really difficult when he shows you this kind of energy offensively.
Kelly Oubre out there with George. Then it's Jared McCain. Then there's Embiid, and it's Maxey in at the point guard position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
You just love the pressure MP puts on defenses. He is poised beyond his years.
Tim, and maybe I'm asking the wrong guy this, but are teams relying too much on the three-point shot?
Well, I do think there are nights I feel it becomes a little redundant, but the skill level of these players, Kevin, has led us here. More guys are capable of making that deep shot, so I don't see it going away anytime soon.
And the skill required to do it, no one knows that more than you. The skill required is just something else.
Consistency is what teams are looking for. And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
Maxey sets a screen for McCain. Looking to end the run, and it's good on the way in. Embiid's got 10.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And that one's good. MP.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. And George kicks to Oubre. McCain a screen on Butler. Butler against Oubre. Just 5 on the clock. From deep, Maxey bangs home the trifecta. He's got 11.
Right back at you. Tyrese Maxey showing you his competitiveness.
And Jim, I think it's safe to say that Kelly Oubre is an eccentric guy.
Well, Kevin, he's got the tattoos, the painted fingernails, certainly not afraid to express himself stylistically. And in this league, if you can play, well, the dress code is flexible.
Warriors leading by 20. The 3 from MP. And again.
And it's hard to believe how many times he's lit up the scoreboard like this over the years.
He's coming very close to tying the mark for 4th most 50-point games in NBA history. And it's George missing. The Warriors have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Here's MP. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Maxey kicks to George. Maxey sets a screen for George. And stolen by MP. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop.
Well, that's quick reaction time. MP was ready.
Timeout called the 76ers. Some changes for Philadelphia. Edwards, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Paul George. Different look here for the Warriors. Al Horford is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Butler. Moody's checked in for Hield. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brandon Podziemski. And here's MP for 3. Rebound by the 76ers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, it's the biggest reason they have the lead right now. They have just been flat out the more physical team.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And they double up Maxey. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
MP against Edwards. And that one's good. MP. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. Gordon comes in for Jared McCain. And it's Edgecombe in for Maxey.
And being able to spot up for that jump shot is really a skill MP has improved.
Here's Edgecombe. He's guarded by Melton. Hits it from three-point range. Gordon's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Edgecombe with it. Scoreless thus far. Takes the three. He doesn't hit that one. That shot, no good. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Warriors ahead, just dominating. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at...
The 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. Kelly Oubre comes in for Edwards. Paul George is checked in for Quentin Grimes. And Jared McCain subbed in for Edgecombe. And the Warriors also making a change. MP's checked in for DeAnthony Melton. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Peyton. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Horford. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's MP in at the shooting guard position. And here's MP for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Just give him the ball. This guy is shooting lights out from deep.
George with the screen on MP. Embiid kicks to Oubre. 6 to shoot. Embiid sets the pick for McCain. From deep, Maxey. It's hauled in by MP. Golden State's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Every so often, Tim, you heard the term defensive anchor. What defines one in the way you look at the game?
Well, I think it's that player that's on the back line, protecting the rim, but also able to see the entire floor. That is where your best communicator often resides.
How did you grade your defensive abilities when you played?
I battled, Kevin. You're going to have to kill me to stop me. That's the way I looked at it.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. A nice shot by McCain.
And you can't overstate the importance of having a good mid-range game. McCain has put the time into developing.
Drills the three-pointer.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Oubre, no one around him. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
A legitimate sniper from distance. Love seeing Oubre Jr. shoot it with such precision.
And with the most recent collective bargaining agreement, Tim, teams have felt the pinch of those new luxury tax and apron penalties.
Yeah, and the goal of those being put in place was to have more top-tier talent equally spread out around the league. And as you've seen, there's been some tough decisions already. Some teams have had to trade away some of their stars just to make the math work.
And sometimes it's hard to make that math work. There's so many moving parts.
And as a result, it's more important to be able to structure out your supporting cast than ever before.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for MP.
Yeah, he was just laser focused in that game. It got to the point where you just knew if he shot it, it was going in.
And the foul called on MP. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Oubre kicks to George. Out left to the wing. Back to McCain. Takes it off the glass.
No, he's not the biggest guy, but McCain certainly plays tough inside.
And here's MP for three. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
As we send you over to Jennifer Quintana from the